Here we go. Um, let's just talk TikTok for a minute. Sit back, relax. I'm gonna spit a lot of facts in this video. We've all been there, We see the pretty Filipino girl, she living in a province, living in Manila, living somewhere in the Philippines, and most foreigners would never, ever, ever get a chance to meet these girls on TikTok. The only thing they're doing is sending gifts, galaxies, and hearts, and roses, and lions. Matter of fact, a lion is like $300, And most of these guys on TikTok, they think that by sending all these gifts that they got the girl. But in reality, the girl has gotten you. Bro, the girl has gotten you, man. I be seeing girls in box battles and just sitting there on live. Yo, I've seen girls on box battles that do nothing, that does nothing but sit there, look at the camera like this, and guys are just sending them lions and TikTok universes and roses and $50 gifts. Yeah, we all got money, I'm a millionaire. I know a lot of people that are millionaires too. But when it comes to me, I've gave up on giving gifts, it comes a point where you have to realize, these girls are really making more than the average person in the Philippines. And all they doing is just sitting there in a box battle, not even doing anything, most of these girls are just sitting there in the bed. Some are looking pretty, but they're not even talking, not even interacting with the chat, not even answering questions. The only thing they're doing is just sitting there. Maybe that's the whole point of a box battle, on TikTok, But when it comes to me and giving gifts on TikTok, I feel the creator should do something. At least talk to the chat, talk to your followers, talk to your subscribers. But most women I know that they do nothing, for instance, I know a couple guys that were talking to these girls in the Philippines. They were sending so much money. They were sending $300 to $400 a week to these girls in the Philippines, talking about, yeah, it's okay, I'm just supporting her. I'm like, bro, how are you supporting her when there are so many other guys doing the same thing? And she's in the comments saying, you sweet, you're so handsome, you're so pretty. I'm gonna make you a moderator. These girls are always telling these same guys the same thing over and over and over and over again. If you don't believe me, check your bank account. Check your bank account and see how much money have you spent on TikTok gifts. For a girl you're never going to see, for a girl you're never going to touch, for a girl that you think that she likes you. It's more like a game, for me, I always call TikTok a game, because I always watch these PKs and I watch these battles, A lot of these girls don't do shit, I've had girls come to my DM, hey, can you support me? Can you support me? I've had hundreds of girls in my DMs. Can you support me? Can you come to my box battle? And it's mostly these pretty Filipino girls. They'll come to your message, say hi, And here we go again. These gullible foreigner guys, they see a pretty Filipino girl coming to his chat saying hi, but that hi is leading up to, in a few days, hey, I got a PK battle. Hey, I got a box battle. Can you join? Can you support? Again, these gullible guys, here they go again, giving $10, $20, $50, $80, buying $300 lions, not even knowing that most of these girls on TikTok have boyfriends, have husbands, but these foreigners, they don't know that. They think that, everybody's on TikTok is single because they don't see pictures of the other, But most of these Filipinos, they don't post their boyfriends. They don't post their husbands. It's all a scam. It's all a scam. Most of these girls keep their relationships private, and it's always the husband, the boyfriend in the background. That's like, yep, yes, honey, get them for what they got. And then they have like 20 to 50 guys in their chats that they're talking to, just waiting on the next box battle, waiting on the next TikTok universe, waiting on the next rose. Can I get a rose? Can I get a rose? I've even been in some chats where I'm watching like a live streamer, and all of a sudden, she be talking to the chat, and then all of a sudden she's like, hey, can somebody, can you try to stop talking and send me something? Can I get a rose, or can I get a gift? Okay, enough talking. Can you give me? I always feel if I'm going to like a person live stream, and then the first thing she says is, can you give me? I'm getting out of there. Because I always feel like you shouldn't have to beg for something, But most women in the Philippines, when they're on TikTok, they're always begging. Can I get a gift? Can I get a gift? Can you send me? Can you send me? Can I get? Can I get? And most of these guys, man, they send. Most of these guys are sending all this money to girls that they will never, ever, ever meet in life. But it's the illusion that, maybe one day I just might meet my Filipino TikTok creator. No, you're never going to meet them. Most guys that are foreign don't even have passports. Most men don't even have passports. And it goes for the same thing, when you're on these dating apps talking to these Filipino women. Same thing, Most of these girls, they're married, boyfriends. You will never know that until you start dating them, talking to them. And the first thing they want to know, can you give me? Can you give me this? Can you give me that? Can you send me? I need. It's only 1,000 pesos. I think that's about $20, But to an American guy, giving $20, it's like nothing. But over time, when you're giving 20 here, 20 here, 20 here, 20 here, those $20 add up. Like just think, right? If you give this girl that's on TikTok and she's a Filipino, if you're giving her $10 a day, add that up. And if you're giving her $20 a day, add that up. If you're giving her $40 to $50 every other day, add that up. And you do that and you times that by 6, maybe 7 guys that's doing the same thing. She's playing all these guys in their DMs, conversing with them, leading them on, making those guys think like there's a chance, oh, okay, let me talk to him because he's a simp, he's very easy, I'm pretty, I can just say whatever, and he's gonna go with it, Most American men and most foreigners, they fall for it every single time. I watched a box battle just a few days ago. This Filipino girl, it was multiple Filipino multiple, getting 10 to 20,000 coins on TikTok, 50,000 coins. I even saw one girl on TikTok, not even like doing nothing. She was just sleeping. She's sleeping on TikTok, and these guys are sending her gifts. Why? Who in the hell is sending $20 to watch a person sleep? I don't understand that, you know? Like, so in my mind, I just feel it's just a huge, big scam, you know? It's just a huge big scam, you know? Just giving these girls money to just watch them do nothing, you know? And like people always say, oh yeah, you know what? It's supporting, but shit, I mean, you got a 10 to 15,000 you got followers on your TikTok, and you're getting $10 to $20 per day from 15 to 16 of your followers when you do a PK, you know, and you might find one little simp, one little gullible guy. They might call him the daddy. Oh, he's my daddy. Let me message my daddy. Daddy on TikTok is another word for simp. A simp. A gullible guy that's giving all his money to a girl that he's never going to meet. That's where daddy comes from in my mind, you know? You know, when a girl says, oh yeah, I'm looking for a TikTok daddy. Man, that's just another word for sugar daddy. And imagine how many sugar daddies this one girl on TikTok has, you know? I always say, check your bank account. Check your bank account and see how much money have you spent over the last 6 to 18 months on TikTok. Stop this video and go check. Stop this video, check your bank, add everything up. You will see you probably spend thousands of dollars for nothing. You spend thousands of dollars that you will never get back. Just because you think it's supporting, but I just call it scamming. You know, she's scamming you. She's pretty, you like that. She's in the Philippines. You think money can buy you love. You think money can buy her. But in reality, most Filipinos don't even want to come to the US. You know, most Filipinos don't even like the US. You know, but this is just a little quick video, you know. Let me know in the comments, you know, do you even send TikTok gifts? Let me know in the comments how many TikTok gifts you sent to Filipino in the last 2 days. Let me know in the comments how many gifts have you sent a Filipino or Filipina in the last month. Comment below how much money you've sent when it comes to American dollar. I don't know what your country currency is, but let me know in the comments how much money are you spending on TikTok gifts. Let me know, and I will catch you on the next one.